Today, I wanted to share with you a few affordable and easy ways that I've changed up my bedroom. We just renewed our 10-month lease for our studio apartment, and it was about time to move things around to freshen up the space. I started by going through my closet, and I recently made a video talking about the clothing purchases that I regret in my 20s, and since then, these clothes have just been stacked in this corner here, and it was time to clean this up. I bought this cat bed that my cat never steps foot in, so since it's just taking up space, I'm going to try and give it away. Things have been piling up throughout the months, which is evident from my chaotic nightstand, so I decided to one by one take everything out and consider what I actually want to keep on my nightstand. On my husband's side, there's a lot of exposed cables that I'm hoping to cover up by getting an extension cord, and I wanted to find a different place to keep our bags as well. Taking everything out of its place is my favorite part of decluttering because it makes me more conscious of what I own, and once everything is clear, I feel like I have more of a blank canvas to work off of. Plus, there was a lot of built-up dust that definitely needed some cleaning. For the clothes that I wanted to donate, I just folded them up and put them in a bag, and I might even try to sell these to a consignment store. I don't know why it took me this long to move the cat litter box out of the bedroom and into the entryway, but seeing this litter box in the corner of the bedroom definitely doesn't bring me peace, so this just opened up so much more space. I bought this custom tapestry of our engagement photo for fairly cheap, but I wanted to try something different on the wall, which is my favorite part of home decorating. Nothing has to stay permanently in its place. The biggest rearrangement for our bedroom was to move the bed to the other side of the wall. Both sides has its pros and cons, but honestly, I just needed a change, so even though it's a hassle, every year or so I have a need to move furniture around and reimagine the room so it doesn't feel so stale. Also because creatively, I have been feeling kind of stuck, so I thought maybe moving things around my environment might help to stimulate some new ideas. Who knows? I thought a task like reversing the position of all the furniture in a room would be this big ordeal, but once I just got going, moving the little things, the bigger pieces didn't seem so difficult. Also, I had the help of my husband.
Cowabunga, dude. Okay. Push. Good girl.
We used to keep the sewing machine desk in the living room, but both of us never used it there because we would just use the dining table, so I thought maybe I could create a new usable corner in the bedroom. I spent the rest of the night cleaning up little flaws and organizing the insides a bit, and the next morning I woke up at dawn to work on my first little project for my bedroom, which, spoiler alert, ended up being a fail, but I don't regret trying it out because it's a pretty low risk DIY, and now that I know how to do it, I can do it better the next time. So I was trying to natural dye my bed sheets, and I first soaked them in water for about 4 to 5 hours, which ideally I would have wanted to soak them overnight, probably in some type of mordant like soy milk or alum, but we needed the bed covers to sleep, so that wasn't really an option. The secret ingredient for this dye project is red cabbage, and red cabbage is actually pretty magical because depending on what you add to the dye, you can essentially change the results to any color you desire. But naturally, the color is a violet blue, and in my case, I was going for a very pale lavender color. My bed covers are 100% bamboo, and I've had them for years, so I was considering getting new ones, but I thought instead I might as well try to dye them a different color. So I let my red cabbage simmer for about 2 hours, and in hindsight I probably should have boiled another 2 pots of red cabbage because I definitely did not have enough for the amount of fabric I was trying to dye, so I ended up having to dilute the dye with a lot more water, which I think is why the results weren't very noticeable. I squeezed lemon to the solution to turn the dye from a blue to a light violet color. I was quite amazed at how highlighter pink this turned out to be, but mixed in with the rest of the dye, it ended up being more of a purple color. Just a reminder that this didn't turn out so well, so don't follow my example. Just use more cabbage though, I think that was the problem, and probably use a mordant to soak before trying to dye it. And a moment to thank today's video sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creatives, people pursuing business, or even anyone looking to improve their lifestyle and productivity. A class that I've been taking is called Style Your Space: Creative Tips and Techniques for Interior Design, taught by Emily Henderson, who actually won the reality show Design Star on HGTV. Her class gave me confidence in my design style and taught me how to create a space that reflects my personality, which hopefully you can tell from this video. I'm excited to explore other new skills I've been interested in, such as finally learning how to sew or working on upping my Instagram game. I personally love Skillshare because I learn best through video and visuals, and each course is divided into shorter, digestible lessons with no ad interruptions. An annual Skillshare subscription is less than $10 a month for access to premium classes that are constantly being added to the platform. And the first 1,000 people to use the link in my description will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. So be sure to check that out below. I hope you guys really enjoy Skillshare. So I bought this sewing machine desk off of Facebook Marketplace, and because of its vintage condition, the minor chips and scratches on the wood needed some concealing, and these wood markers make it really easy to match to any color of wood to make it look less used and more loved. The main issue with our bedroom has been the lack of lighting besides our glow night lights, and I decided that my sewing desk corner needed a hanging pendant light. So I bought this $10 electrical cord from World Market and made my own paper lampshade. This project is incredibly easy, and all you need is some paper, scissors, glue or tape, and a needle and thread. I used 6 pieces of cardstock paper and folded each piece in half, then in half again, then in half one more time to create the indents to indicate where to fold a paper fan, essentially. So hopefully what I'm doing is pretty self-explanatory. Then I arranged each of the paper fans with the last flap facing down next to a flap facing up, and I tried different methods to bond the pieces of paper with glue and with tape, but I found the easiest and cleanest method to be using double-sided tape. I specifically used fabric tape on each end of the flap, then aligned the pieces of paper and sealed them together. Then, grouping everything together tightly, I attached the end together and threaded through the top all the way around. I added the light in first, then secured the knot together until my thread unfortunately broke apart, so I did the whole process over again with stronger thread this time, and really struggled to complete the last step of double knotting the lamp closed. But alas, after some trial and error, it was done. After soaking in my kitchen sink all day, it was time to check up on my red cabbage dyed bed covers. I was actually really pleasantly surprised by the outcome of the color. It was exactly what I was hoping for, a calming, muted lavender, but you'll see what happens when I rinse this off in the wash.
Whoa! Oh! Okay, ready?
As you can see, most of the lavender dye rinsed off, sadly. The color is still darker than white, but to the naked eye you can't really tell the difference, so I will probably try again some other time. I use these clear command hooks to keep the cables in place for the lamp. I had this memo board from IKEA lying around waiting all summer to finally be hung up, so this was a really exciting moment. I always use the measure app on my phone to level whenever I'm hanging up anything on the wall, so there's a random life hack. I like this white dresser from IKEA despite it literally having killed babies. Sorry, that was kind of dark. But I like this dresser though because it gives me a blank canvas to decorate with, and I can always change it up if I ever get bored. And you know, if you have babies, please mount them to the wall. I wanted to display our books here, but it can be hard to get a cohesive look with all the varying book spine colors and fonts, so a trick that I've seen is to turn the books the other way around to have the edge of the pages showing instead. I just made sure to align each book so none of the covers were peeking through, and I just love seeing the varying colors of the pages, both old and new. I don't have proper bookends at the moment, but for now, I'm using what I have, including these glow-in-the-dark Smiskies. I hate having to nail things onto the walls, so for lighter things like paper, I use these wooden push pins, and I also use these bulldog clips to hang up these postcards. I got this knob to hold back the curtains, but I thought it can function as a clothing and accessories holder instead. So I put my tote bags on here for now, but in the future, you know, I could hang up what I want to wear the next day or something. And after a few finishing touches, here is the final look of our bedroom currently, until I decide to switch things up again. Starting off with my imagination station, this is where I'll brainstorm new ideas and hopefully learn to sew soon. My dad actually got me this stapler for my 24th birthday. He said he saw it and just knew that that would have to be my gift, which I thought was funny. I forgot to mention that for this paper lantern, I used a smart light bulb so I could change the colors on the app on my phone. And to the right is my dresser filled with these teas and merch items from my shop, which are still available, and my mini library of books right on top. Then here's my closet, which feels so much lighter since my recent closet clean out. And I also use these woven storage baskets to store other clothing items and my bags. I always wanted matching nightstands, and now that I'm married, I have my own designated space and he has his own. So I wonder if you can tell which side is whose. Guess in the comments below. And lastly, there's a basket full of cat toys that my cat occasionally digs through and brings to play with us. And I believe that is it. Thank you guys for watching this all the way through, and you can leave now. Okay, bye bye.